My name is Foolish. This is my third smoke session video, although it is the fourth day I'll be filming. I've been saying that I'm trying to do one of these a day, but yesterday, some of you may know, was my birthday. And I tried to get a video up, but as things normally go on my birthday, something went wrong, and I ran out of storage space on my iPhone and couldn't get everything backed up until this morning, and I decided, you know what, I just won't even bother posting anything. That's usually how my luck on my birthday goes. It's kind of strange. I've never really had a good time on my birthdays. Everyone always looks at me funny when I say I don't like my birthday, but it's always just, I don't know, something always goes wrong. There's always some turn of bad luck that comes up, and it ain't nobody's fault. I'm very grateful to everyone who does stuff for me. Like, one of my friends got me a cake, or my best friend's girlfriend got me a cake. She's one of my friends, so I say that, but that's probably a more descriptive term. But, what do I got smoking here? This is my best friend's pipe, actually. It was his. I gave it to him for, I think, his birthday or Christmas one year, back when we first started got smoking. And this is what we would do with it. We would, you know, pack it and smoke it, and we'd take it everywhere, man. The places this pipe has been, not like that, but this thing has been as many cool places as I have. Or at least half of them. Anyhow, what I reached into my jacket there earlier for, I have started keeping a pocketbook for you guys so that I know I have something to talk about. You can see here that I have my notes for today's session. So I'd like to go ahead and cover that, and anything that comes after that I can just come off the dome with. I'm pretty good about coming up with something to talk about. So first and foremost, like I said earlier, I am very grateful to my friends and to my family for putting on some kind of show for me, for putting out a party, and my friends for letting me borrow her apartment and bake some pies. I'll put a picture up of my pies. I made some pretty good pumpkin pies. I'm pretty proud of them. Why don't I like my birthday is something that people often ask me when I tell them that I don't, because, you know, a birthday is a day for a party. A birthday is a day to celebrate yourself. It's a day that well, some people might get presents or gifts or other things. I typically try not to get presents. I tell people not to get me anything. But anyhow, why don't I like my birthday? It started back when I was a kid. I would, birthday parties would always come up short with people coming, or the people that wouldn't come were the ones that I wanted to, or it was always a letdown. Parties wouldn't go right, everyone would have to go home, no one would be able to stick around. And my parents weren't exactly the most, how do you say that, lenient or tolerant. They weren't very, you know, let them run around and have fun. They were very, like, make them sit there quiet and shut up, you know. And that wasn't that way for parties, but that's why the parties were so weird, because, like, I'd never behaved that way. At least as a kid. I behave like a kid now, because I've moved out and I don't have that quietening voice in my ear anymore. But back then, the reason I didn't like my birthday was disappointment, is what I put here. But now, I don't get disappointed by my birthday anymore. And I realized that pretty recently. It was, I think last year's birthday, I realized, like, why do I dislike my birthday now? It's not for the same reasons, I'm sure. So I was thinking, why do I dislike my birthday? And I think it's because the way I'd like to celebrate, and the things I'd like to do, the things I want to do for my birthday, are very different from the things that other people would like to do for my birthday. And I know that logically, like, you're gonna be like, yeah, I mean, well, like, it's your birthday, so you do what you want to do on your birthday, and anyone that really wants to come along will. And that's the thing. Nobody really wants to come along. I don't know. The things I want to do on my birthday are like go hiking, see some cool shit, light off some fireworks in a field that you're not supposed to be in, do some mushrooms, you know, like really step past your comfort zone, open up your boundaries, like put yourself into a fun situation, not like, obviously don't put yourself too far out of your comfort zone, but like, I like to push myself, and other people don't most of the time. And that difference itself between like what I want to do and what my friends want to do, the quiet or the step outside your comfort zone, go crazy, versus the quiet celebration and something simple, that only really intensifies that feeling of, you know, being different. And I don't know, it's not that it's bad to be different, but I know that if I really wanted to do the things that I wanted to do with my birthday, there aren't many people who would join me. And maybe that's some whiny baby shit. Maybe that's how it really is for everybody and everyone who goes to those birthdays and really do enjoy those quiet life things. Maybe they're just sacrificing those outrageous and crazy things for the familiarity of having those close friends. And if that's the case, it's very selfless. But it seems like the more I go through life, despite the things I do for people, every time I really internalize them and every time I look in, they seem to be about myself. And I think that's going to be the ultimate theme of this road trip. That's crazy enough to say.
Yes, beer I did for yourself. We will be there in the next 10 minutes.
So, you may be wondering how I actually spent my birthday, because I've said some pretty vague things. I've said, like, people threw parties for me and I baked pies. And that's not necessarily vague, but it doesn't really tell you what I did for the day. I woke up around 11 a.m. to an insurance adjuster at my door, taking a look at my car because I totaled it recently. And he appraised it for $5,000, took my deductible out, and I was left over with $4,000. And I've got a retainment cost of $650 if I want to keep it. So I'm deciding on that right now. But yeah, $4,000, that ain't too bad. Hung out with my roommate for a while till my best friend, other roommate, got out of class and got back from his girlfriend's to come over here and pick us up to go over to my parents for dinner. They made ribs, corn on the cob, macaroni and cheese, salad, and she made this yellow cake. Very good yellow cake. It was just out the box, but she's real good. She's a real good baker, so she made it to the very best possibility, I'd say. She put half icing on it, so half of it was iced chocolate, and half of it was uniced and just cake, and my dad likes it that way. That's why she did it. We spent probably 4 hours there, give or take, probably take more like 3.5. And when it comes to my parents, they're very far right wing, which is the opposite of what I am. And I know I don't usually get into politics, but that's as far as I'll ever state. I'm a pretty far left wing person. My parents and I disagree very heavily on politics. And that's how it is with mom, at least. With dad, it seems like he just takes her side as much as he needs to and takes a central approach for the most of the way. Anyhow. My roommates kept, they didn't grow up with my parents. They didn't know what to do. They didn't know what not to say and all this other stuff. And Alex just about let slip that I'm depressed. And my parents' first reaction to anyone saying anything like that or to expressing that is to get out of it, get over it, take a walk, go do fucking all this other shit. And yeah, it helps sometimes, but don't make it go away, and then don't minimalize the issue. But they just don't care, and they never have. I thought that for a long time in the edgy sense, and I know it sounds that way now just as well, but no, it ain't. But I got over that, and I started to believe that really deep down they did care. But more time I spent at home, and the more they talked to me and refused things, and eventually I started talking to them less, the more I realized, they just really don't. They just don't care. They don't have those morals that they claim to have raised me with. Which, I'm not sure how that works. I'm not sure how I learned what I did if I didn't learn it from them, because I lived all the way out there in the middle of nowhere. Anyhow, my roommate just about let slip that I'm depressed. And my parents started asking all this other shit, and I had to keep denying, tell them, no, I'm not. I have no issues whatsoever. And just so that there wouldn't be any arguments about it, because I've tried everything they're about to tell me to try. So I get the subject changed to cars, because I've crashed my car, and they want me to buy a car, so I know it's an easy one to switch to. And so I'm looking at all these pickup trucks, and my dad shows me this car, or he shows me an SUV or something that ain't a pickup truck. I'm looking for a pickup truck. And he shows me all this other shit, and I keep telling him, no, that ain't what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a pickup truck. And he's like, well, why are you so dead set on a pickup truck? And I say, because it's my money, it's my car that I paid money for, and it's my insurance money that's going into my wallet, so I'm gonna buy my pickup truck. And he got not mad, but I could tell I hurt him, and it hurt. I don't like hurting my dad's feelings, because my dad was always pretty good about that stuff. He really did care. When I say that my parents didn't, it was just my mom. My dad really did care. At least how I was feeling. My mom cared what I was doing and how I was, not necessarily what I was feeling or how I was feeling or if I was sad or happy. She cared that I was well, and she cared that I was doing things, which is good. I think that's a good thing to have. But I wish that she would have cared how I was feeling. So we live with my parents, and we go to my best friend's girlfriend's apartment to bake some pies. And I was most excited to bake with this particular roommate of the one who owned the apartment. And I guess she was under the weather, wasn't feeling well, I don't really remember because I got pretty stoned. But anyhow, I'm not particularly a fan of my birthday is what I said all that for. I'm going to cut a big bunch of that out, so if it doesn't come out looking right, that's why. But anyhow, I appreciate you sitting here and listening to me. This is video 3 out of I don't know how many. I ain't left town yet, I ain't even got a truck. But as soon as I do, I cannot wait to show it to you. I can't wait to skip town. Can't wait to get all of my money paid off, all my debts. I owe so many debts. And yeah, I cannot wait. Seriously. So stay posted or keep watching. I think I should be able to keep posting videos regularly now that I got my storage space figured out. So keep an eye on me. Get your notifications going, subscribe, like, do all that bullshit, and I love you guys.